Hi, good afternoon, Jo here at WoolieCottage.com. Hope you're all doing well. I'm just sorting out some bits and pieces. I'm cutting up some labels, bandies to go around my rovings today. So I thought, well, I'll pop on and have probably my last chat with you until, trying to think, maybe the 11th of September before I come back. And I'll explain in a minute, just in case some of you aren't aware. So yeah, it's been a sort of steady couple of weeks. I've got rovings that I need to separate that were on the website. Well, a lot of my rovings are getting taken off the website today and tomorrow. Well, I get prepared for the Scottish Yarn Festival in a fortnight. Well, it's nearly a fortnight Saturday's time. So that's flown in. It'll be blinking January 2025 before we know it. So, yeah, so we've got to start take the rovings off the website today and tomorrow because I need to put their prices on them. And then I'll be hopefully getting some rove lags done, some more packs of those, and I'll add them to the shop over the weekend. Hopefully I can get some done tomorrow because it's Thursday, and do another batch on Friday and maybe do a batch on the Saturday. Add them to the website and maybe a couple of new bats, we'll see. We'll add them to the website, but then I'll be having to take them off and start hiding them again from the middle of next week. So if there is any bats, art bats on there, roll lags, blend sets and rovings, Iona, on the website at the moment that you've had your eye on, you've had in a basket in your cart, saved for the ones that just in case you couldn't remember what it was that you liked. I'd advise you to go and pop onto the website and get them ordered this week because they won't be there from probably Wednesday, Thursday next week. I'll start hiding them so I can start packing up the stock for going away. Yeah, so I'll be at the Scottish Yarn Festival in Perth at the Errol Showground, which is just on the outskirts of the city centre, on Saturday the 7th of September. So that's where I'll be. So Phil and I and the dogs are going up on Thursday. We're renting a cottage up at Culpeth. So we'll be staying for a couple of nights before the event because on the Friday afternoon, hiya Megan, on the Saturday afternoon, not Saturday, got my days mixed up. On the Friday, I've got to be at the event to unpack the car and unload it and get it into the event in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. So I had plans for that Friday, you know. I had every intention of taking the girls out for a full day out and really good walks. And no, can't do that. And then I've got my dear friend Sandra, my cousin from another family. She's coming to help me again like she did at the Woolly Good gathering at Edinburgh. So yeah, so she's coming down to help me. So we need to go, Phil will have to go and pick her up and then bring her back. By that point I should be more or less finished because I've got a different sort of setup this year and this time at this World Trade Show. So I'll be taking all my bits and pieces. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit yarn bowls in with my stuff, but I will take my knitting oddies and the extension sets that I've got, and I've got I think about 15-20 Turkish spindles, so I'll be taking them with me, my 3D printed ones that are made with biodegradable cornstarch that you can put into your recycle bin when you finish with them. Yeah, so hold a minute, I'm going to take my cardi off because if I'm breaking up rovings it gets all fluffy everywhere, and it's quite warm actually in here. I've got a very upset dog because the boiler man's in checking me boiler, and guess who needs to go for a big wee and she can't get to the bathroom. So it's the same when someone turns up and they're in your bathroom, you're like, oh really, you turned up an hour early. I've not been yet. It's always the same, isn't it? So I have got these rovings I need to sort out. and weigh up these ones here. So I've got a pile behind me. So I just need to check to see what the weight of it, its starting weight is, and then split it, and then I've got a rough idea. So I always do my rovings in 200 grams. And there's two reasons to that. A lot of my customers, when they buy from me, like to buy 200 gram rovings, because then they've got more chance of doing something with them in a project rather than just 100 grams. Especially if you're a really good spinner and you can do a continuous lace weight sort of dimension and then ply that, and you get a really nice 4-ply wool. And when you're doing that with 100 grams of roving or 200 grams of roving, you get a really good length yardage. I could really do with steaming these, but I can't get to my bathroom. Me and the girls are locked in the bedroom in the studio, you see, because the engineer's here. Right, hold on a sec. Right, that one there. Yeah, so this one is called Pebble Shore, and it is inspired by a picture. I'm just going to open it up a little bit, floof it up a little so it looks nice and presentable. It's called Pebble Shore, and it was inspired by an image of literally pebbles on a beach. So you're like, there's red in there and all sorts of colours. I don't know where the picture was taken. We've got lots of like oranges on our beach just down the road. Oranges and browns and greens and black. But that's mostly minerals, a lot of there are. We've got some lovely green, dark bottle green pebbles that get washed up on the shore as well. I sometimes wonder whether I should get a tumbler and polish up all the stones off the beach. It'd be really nice. So yeah, so a nice quiet week. I've been Dexter Crosby, hello. What I've been doing? I've been doing miniature houses all week long, just to give your head a bit of space from doing other bits and pieces, because I did a massive die batch up last Wednesday, and I made this lovely little greenhouse miniature. So it's sat on my shelf over there at the moment. I don't know if you can see it. In a second, just pop over and you can have a look at it. It's really, really sweet. So I did that. You can look inside, and all the flowers, everything is handmade, all glued together, and loads of paper flowers and everything done. So that's what I've been doing in my spare time. I dabble at all sorts of crafts. That's really cool. You can get them on Amazon. Well, look, to be fair, we spotted them at a garden centre about 2 years ago, these kits. That one should have been £60. So I managed to find it on that store that I don't like mentioning, the one online that everybody goes to, that one. But there's loads of different ones. I've got another one here that I'm going to start. I nearly never came on and did my live check. I thought, you know what, I'd rather do this. But I know I've got work I've got to do, otherwise I'll kick myself next week. So this one's a coffee shop one. So you get the coffee shop one, and there's a magician's shop, and there's a baker's, and there's a little post office one as well, and two bookshops. But you can get these ones. They're called book nooks, and they're literally the back of a book. So when you look at the book, it's got the name of the book on the front of it, and you turn it around, and inside is the story of the book on the inside of the book, and it's got the little LED lights in it, and at the top of it it's like stained glass, and you get a sheet to go through it so the dust doesn't collect inside. So yeah, I'll be getting one of those next. See, because my other half does Lego, you see, and the house is just covered in Lego. I've got a Groot up there currently on a scooter, but then that's Groot. I don't mind because I do like Groot. Groot's my hero. So's Rocket. I need to get Rocket Lego. Need that for me Christmas. So I sort of dabble in a bit of everything. Me, I like fiddling and fittery stuff, and that's how I end up falling into this business. Really, the crafts. I mean, I've always crocheted and done embroideries and stuff like that ever since I was a kid and a teenager. But I dye wool for yarn spinners, felters and weavers, if you're not aware. And that's really how I fell into that. I used to be a chef for 20 years. So, and I've just incorporated that into this as a full-time business for myself. Let me see where we're at on that weight. Yeah, spot on 100 grams. So now I can put my little bandy around it. And then this can get put away to go to Perth once I've labelled it later on. Hi, Sandra. So just pop that on the back, and then that's good to go. It just needs a label. I'm just going to put in pencil the weight of this roving so I know what it is. Hiya, Liz, lovely. How are you doing, sweetie? Are you enjoying your summer holidays? It's not long till you go back. I can't believe I'll be at Perth in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks on Saturday. I'm just going to undo this one as well and flump this one out as well. Then it just looks a little bit tidier. Liz, did you see my little house, Liz? Did you see my little house? I might have to show you on Saturday on Instagram instead, because I've just shown it, so you might have to come back and rewatch it, but you've not missed much. You've not missed much. I'm just sorting out the rovings for Perth, the ones that are in here, because I currently can't get out the room. I've got 2 big bags of the stuff out in the hallway. Yeah, it's been really busy this year. You've seen the house. Oh my God, wow. I know. I've got my little coffee shop one to do next, which is so very fiddly. It was really fiddly. The paper flowers were the worst, but with this coffee shop one, I don't have any paper flowers to make, and I must have made about 50 paper flowers. That's what it felt like. And then leaves and gluing them to bits of wire. And then I nearly had a meltdown trying to wire up my LED light yesterday, because you've got to do that yourself, which is fine. I did it all in craft design and technology at high school, but that's not the point. It just wasn't wanting to work for me. But I figured it out anyway, but it looks so sweet. It looks so sweet, so I'm going to have them all over my shelves. Oh, but yeah, I didn't realise that they're not all exactly the same, Liz. So you could potentially do one, because the next one I've got is more or less all plastic bits, and it's got plastic plants. And you're literally just building up the set out of already cut up stuff. You don't need that, it's perfect. Phil's daughter's got one. She posted a picture of it the other day, and it's a Japanese one that she's got, and I think it's like a book nook one. And when you turn them around, it's all like lit up inside, but it's so detailed, and it looks even better because it's in miniature form. So if you do make a little mistake on it, it's not a big deal. The weather, unbelievable. The weather is going to get worse tonight. We've got 60 odd mile an hour winds through the night tonight. I'm not looking forward to that. My chickens have decided they want to roam free and be organic. They're not going into the run at the moment, so we've had to set them up outside. I've took the old rabbit hutch. If nobody knew, the rabbits passed away within a couple of days of each other, but then they did come from the same mum and dad, so it could have been something like that. I can't think of the word that I want. Brain frog. What's the word? Genetic. So yeah, so I've taken feeling freezing pouring down here. It's not raining here. I did try a little bit earlier on, but it's tending to rain at night time when the winds get really, really strong, because that storm, Ernesto, or whatever his name is, Ernesto, is swirling. So we're waking up to it being a lot more calmer in the morning, but then as the day progresses, the stronger the wind's getting. But we're getting the worst of the wind at night time, and the rain comes at night time. We've had stupid fairy Scottish rain, like proper Celtic rain. That's what we've been getting. The fine misty stuff. That's all we've had here, really. We've not, I think we had 2 days when it was absolutely pouring it down, and it didn't look like it was ever going to stop. But those flaming chickens of mine, honestly, I'm surprised they didn't get blown away last night. And I was peeking out the window in the bathroom. Don't ask me why. But I just had an inkling to look out the window. And from next door's driveway, a little stoat ran across in our garden. Lo and behold, our ninja's in there. And I watched him for 10 minutes hunt down and look for this stoat that ran in our garden. He was not amused that the stoat befuddled him. I thought, that's all I need. My back door's open and you're going to run in with a wily stoat. It'll just send the dogs loopy. Starting to feel like autumn here. You love autumn though. Yeah, it's been feeling like that for a while here though. I mean, if we've had a nice day, we've had 4 days rotten afterwards. But then that's what you get when you live in Cumbria or on the coast. Right, that's 105. There we go. That's another one done. Leave it. What have we got here? We've got this little one here that I found. So I'll stick that in to see what the weight of that is. Just verify that. It's 99. Honestly, he doesn't want to weigh properly. Yeah, that'll do. 99. I should really turn that into a bat. Yeah, I will do. I'll save that for shop drop this weekend. Last shop drop this weekend, ladies. I won't be doing any more for a couple more weeks because that's it. It's packing up time and pricing stuff now. Right, what we got here? This. Can't remember what this one's called. Oh, it's Punta and Aries. That one. It's called Terra. Or Tetra. No, Terra. It's in terra firma. So what's everybody been up to? Has anybody got any projects that they've been going on and on and on about and never really got much further with it? I've been looking for other bits and pieces to do in the evenings. I've got into reading again. I've had the urge to read this last couple of weeks, which is always nice, especially this time of year, but it drives me potty a little bit, especially when I find a really good book, because I love, if I'm reading a good book, apart from Nora Roberts, if I'm reading a good book, I like a historical fictional book. So my favourite author is Stuart Binns, but he's not brought anything out that I've wanted to read for a while. But I've spotted one where I went for a little mooch around town on, what day was that at the doctor's? Monday. So at the doctor's on Monday. And I went for a little mooch around town just to kill some time because it was at like 10:30 or something. And I thought, oh, I might as well hang around and wait for Phil to finish work. So I went for a mooch about charity shops and stuff, and I ended up finding 3 Nora Roberts books from the same trilogy at the same time on this, like 3 different shelves. I'm like, why didn't you just put the books together? It makes so much sense. Instead of me hunt for them, because otherwise, if I hadn't spotted them, I wouldn't have bought them at all. Because I don't see the point of buying a trilogy of books if you haven't got the full collection. Because for the speed that I read at, I want to read it as soon as I finish the other one. So yeah, I ended up spotting in W.H. Smith's a book called Winter Wolves by, he's over there, Dan Jones, the historian. I always get him mixed up with Dan Snow. So yeah, I ordered his book, both books, the first one and the second one. It's about a group of soldiers during the 1349 100-year war in France. So it's really quite good. So the first book is called The Essex Dogs, which is what they call themselves. But it's really good. So I have to sit and read it to Phil, because Phil likes that. And it sends him to sleep. Which is always, it's not a bad thing, because he's relaxed that much that he falls asleep listening to my dulcet tones. But sometimes I'll be reading and I won't even notice he's popped off to sleep for half an hour. And I've already gone through 3 chapters and he has no idea what it was that I was talking about. So yeah, like, what's the point? What is the point? Right, 101. I keep looking at that weighing scale and I see the numbers, but they're not registering. They go in one eye and out the other. 101. All right, that's another one done. Oh dear me. Honestly, is anyone else like that? You're concentrating, but you're just not taking anything in at all. It's because I want to play, you see. I don't really want to be working. I want to play. What we at on that? Oh, that's a big one. 117 on that. Ooh. Phil's there. You give me bad press. Do that yourself, love. You do that yourself. Oh, dear me. Can't find my roller stickers anywhere, so I've had to get my label stickers, which I've decided they don't want to work in my printer at the moment. I'm having to use them for me rovings. No, that can't be right. Yeah, it is. Right, 117. Is that over there? What have we got next? These ones were new. These ones only did last week. I like it all the time. The brain doesn't register and what your eyes are seeing. Yeah, happens to me quite a lot. It's got to be perimenopausal, hasn't it, Liz? It's got to be. It's the only excuse. It's the only excuse. 212 on this one. So this is a mix of superwash wools and it's blended with a nylon. Hi Phil, maybe Joe will read us a story at Perth. I said that to Phil and he says no, because when you and Sandra get together, then you just be talking and nattering all night long. So I'm going to bring Boggle with us instead. I'm looking, I need Phil to hunt out the little board games and we'll just sit and play board games for a couple of hours on a Friday night instead. Just play Boggle. You'll have to get your dictionary head on, Sandra. Okay, I'll just turn that round a little bit. Yeah, so I went for a right nice mooch around town in Whitehaven. The thought of spending any more than an hour in town is like, really, how can you spend more than an hour in town? But I managed it. At 2.5 hours I managed to walk around Whitehaven, especially with hardly any shops in it. And I got myself some right good bargains at the charity shops. I got got this dress. This is from Next. I've smarted it up with my boots. Got this dress and it's from Next, and it only cost me £3.50. £3.50. Should have been £6.99, but it was £3.50. And I got myself a check shirt, like a plaid shirt, black and grey, to go with my black jeans. Because I mean, like, what's the point of having a pair of black jeans if you haven't got any clothes to go with them? Yeah, I got that, and that was £2.99. And then I got myself a lovely smoked paprika jumper. Think it might be Tesco's, but it's really, really nice, and that was only a couple of quid. And then I got myself a lovely little, what was it, a little shirt with cherry blossoms on it, and that was from New Look. And something else from Dorothy Perkins. What was it? No, that was the plaid shirt. That was from Dorothy Perkins. So yeah, and I didn't spend any more than 11 quid on 3 shirts, 3 tops. Yeah, a blouse, a shirt, a jumper, which was 100%, it's cotton and wool, and this dress for under 11 quid. You can't go wrong at that, can you really? You can't beat a good charity shop mooch. Phil's Sandra, at least these two talking together. Don't worry, Phil, we can blether together. Phil don't mind. He just thinks it's hilarious when he hears Sandra because she swears worse than me. She swears like a navvy. I'll be getting pot and kettle back in a minute. Right, so that's one done. Let's see what the weight of that one is. 100, spot on. That's perfect. So what's my plans? Nothing really, just to try. I've just really got so much, I say so much, it's just prep now. It's prep and packing and double checking and pricing up all my stock. For thingy, I have just, in the last week, I've put an application in for Tangled Gala Shields, because it's just over the border from us, and it'd be brilliant if I could get that one for the 2-day Wool Fair. That's the end of May, so I'm hoping to get that one. And I've just done my application for the Woolly Good Gathering again up in Edinburgh, and that is for the beginning of April. So there's plenty of time. If I did end up getting both of them, then I've got plenty of time in between to get stock built up. A lot of work, but I've got time. But I'm not going to apply to any others. Well, I say I'm not going to apply to any others. I am going to try for the Cumbria Wool Gathering again. We'll see how that goes. I won't get a word in edgeways we used to. We'll see. We'll see. Lucy, they just have a conversation on their own, honestly. I hope you two are watching for naughty people. Saying that, there's not as many as usual. They must be all on their way of the holidays, all the trolls, today. Oh. So I know I've got a Megan here. Are you still here, sweetie? What crafts do you do? Do you do anything that's wool crafts or felting or anything like that? Or have you just popped on to see what it is that I'm up to, and because the live chat comes up on the top screens? Or do you subscribe to my shop anyway? Hello, Mary. Your parcels, both of them are on the way. It's Mary's birthday soon. Or it may have just been. Who knows? Yeah, so I've applied to those two. I will try and get to apply to the wool gathering down in Kendal, but that seems to be a hit and a miss for me. I subscribe to their website, and you're supposed to get emails, but I never seem to get any emails to advise. Oh, I forgot to weigh that one. To advise me when the applications are ready. So I've managed to, since it started, apply to it once, which was last year, and you don't even get. And what gets me is it's like trying to get a job application in, and nobody ever messages you back anymore to say sorry you didn't make it, or anything like that, or even an acknowledgement of thank you from them personally, not an automated message. When you put in a job application, you don't get anything anymore, so you never know if you actually ever got it. And that's what it's like when you apply to these events as well. You feel like you're a nobody. All they want is your money, you see. That's all they're interested in, is your flaming money. 113. That's another one. This one's Corridale. There you go. That's better. Try and get a... There, you can just see the colours out. You've got these sandy colours over this soft duck egg blue, slightly greeny colour, and then you've got these plummy colours. Don't ask me what the name of it is. I can't quite remember at this moment in time, and I can't flip onto the website to have a look. So these, as I say, are all coming off the shop. Where are we at with that one? These are all coming off the shop today and tomorrow. And the bats will start coming off the shop with us. We used to stop jumping around like lunatics. The bats will come off the website midweek next week, from Wednesday, Thursday. And the rovings will come off the shop from today and tomorrow. So if there's anything on there that you want right now, I would definitely pop over and grab what it is that you've had your eye on. How you doing, Mary? What are you up to? Oh. Victoria, hiya, you did make it, lovely. I've been here for about 28 minutes. I've got varifocals on, so if I'm too close I can't read it, so I'm like that. I do apologise about my nostrils. So, yeah, so I've got these on the shop at the moment, but as I say, they will be coming off. Dog, today and tomorrow for the rovings, and next Wednesday, Thursday, next week will be the art bats and rollags and the blend sets, if anyone's interested in any of those. I'm debating whether to put together some spin sets, but I don't have a lot of space, you see, and I will all be taking my 3D printed Turkish spindles and my niddy noddy stuff with me, because I just don't have room in the car. Took my walk late this morning. Oh, did you? Yeah, we've not got room in the car, you see. We've only got a little hatchback. So I've got to fit all my stuff in, plus 2 dogs. And then Phil finally remembered last night, I had to remind you, didn't I, Phil, that we need to take clean clothes with us. We're away for 4 nights, or 3 nights. And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and dog food. I need to take dog food and spare towels for the dogs in case they get dirty. So yeah, so I'm going to try and fit all that in, plus all my stocking. And that was, just double check, 98 it was, that'll do.
Don't need spare clothes. Just wear the same thing over and over again.
Oh, he's invaded the space, ladies.
No, I'm just coming to rescue the dogs. So, I've got you in delay.
He's got me in delay. That's never a good sign if you got me in delay.
I can
Might
switch
get
you
hit
off,
with
that's-
abuse twice.
No,
Yeah, get hit with abuse twice, he will.
I've switched you off now. That's, right.
No, I can't now, unless you want to come and take over for a minute.
I don't know what the hell I'm
I
doing.
tell you what, you just come over and wrap this button. Do you know, we've had an engineer come and sort the boiler out, and he turned up an hour early, and I've needed the little girl's room ever since. So Phil's taken over, and he'll have a natter with you for 2 minutes.
I know some of you, so that's all right, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to sit here and tell you all about Joe's little house, which she's done, which I'm sure some of you saw, which that's a new one that she's got to do. And she keeps going on that it's better than Lego, and that is just a load of twaddle, because it's not a patch on Lego. And I've got to put this on here, so hold on a sec if I know what I'm doing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. See, with me in my eye, I can't actually see what I'm doing, but there you go, look at that. Look at that. There you go. So, I done that. Oh,
There.
yeah.
You're rescued.
I'm rescued.
Yeah, go on then.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. The ladies were horrible to me.
They're picking on you.
They were picking on me. You know, they were picking on me.
Having breakfast and getting ready for work. Oh, I don't miss that word, work, apart from the fact that I'm self-employed. But working for somebody else, I don't know if I could go. Sometimes I think I could go back to it because it'd be nice. But then sometimes I'm like, no, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could. I'm so used to being self-reliant, I think is the word I'm looking for. He did a fab job then, Joe. He may need a pay rise. Not more Lego. No. Not more Lego. Right, what we at? 114 on that one. He may need a pay rise. We should let him do that more often. Right, what we at next? This one is another. Let me see. Light. The light's changing because the rain's about to come. So we've got this one, which feels like it's a Radner. It should be on the website, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Couldn't find it anywhere. So it's not been added to the website. Or it has been, but it's disappeared off of it at some point. Right, so we're just going to put 100 grams in there. And get that rebraided. Where are we at? 75, 82, 95. There we go. I'll just open this up a little bit, I think, because it's been sat there for a while. Liz, I need to be paid Lego. Yeah, he gets paid in Lego, Liz. That's the only way. Lego and sweets. Lego and sweets is how he gets paid. Honestly. Flaming dogs have been out to try and kill me this week. Both of them nearly took me down the stairs the other day. And not because that was on purpose, but literally fighting on the stairs. And if it wasn't for a balustrade, I'd have been gone. I'd have been a goner down those stairs. Phil would have come in and it looked like something out of the Witches of Eastwick. You know that woman that ends down the bottom, Meryl Streep ends on the bottom of the stairs with her legs wrapped around her head and not in a comfortable position either. That's how he'd have come into work finding me. So somebody asked me the other day, will you stop knocking me legs? Somebody asked me the other day, are you dead excited about going to Perth? And I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, if it got cancelled tomorrow and I got my money back in full, I wouldn't go. I would be fine. Fine, I've got money to spend up in the cottage at Perth. I can actually go and do what I want to do. Legos wrapped around your head. Phil, do you know what? Get your mind out the gutter. Honestly, I don't know why I let him on here. Scardy, stop pushing me. She does it on purpose. She can easily get past me because she's a skinny malinka and she just purposely pushes the backs of my legs. Is that Lego bricks or Phil sets? It does. Lego. Phil sets, Liz. Phil sets. It cost me 42 quid a couple of weeks ago on a piece of Lego. 42 quid. Honestly. So, you know, Sandra's looking forward to me going to Perth because as soon as she gets Perth out of the way and helps me do that, she's off to America the week after. Now, Phil, on the other hand, is not that happy about it getting here really quick because he gets his eye operation done a week after. Joe's not really that happy about Phil having an operation in the middle of September because it means that she's going to have to go and walk in and out of town to go and get... It wasn't 42 quid. It was 52 quid. Yeah. Joe's not that happy about Phil having to go and have his eye done because it means that she's going to have to go and do the shopping on her own and go and get a taxi back from town, which is not claiming cheap. What number are we at? 102. Yeah. So Joe's not happy about that. But what can I do? Walk into town and get a shopping trolley and bring the shopping trolley back with all my shopping in it. No, I can't even do that because getting from here just to the top road, Perth will be good advertisement for you and more people will get to see your beautiful items. Thank you very much. A lot of my customers up in Scotland are coming down from what I've found out anyway. But been told, we got the email yesterday for the map of where we are on Sandra. We're right in the middle, and it says on the newsletter that we are not allowed to have any type of advertisement or flyers stating that we're at our next wool show or anything like that if we're one like at the Glasgow Yarn Festival in October, which I'm not. But if I was to put that on one of my flyers, we'd automatically get banned. I'm like, really? Why are you worried about competition? Everybody wants to try and get to all of these events and quite a few people only get asked to go to them as new people because there's a lot of regular businesses that get to every single one of them. But why be so thinky about advertising that where you're going to next? It makes it, I do find that a little bit odd that you can be banned and banished from an event for advertising your next where you're next going to be. I think that's awful. Don't mind saying it on here because I don't think she watches me on here, but I think she's been watching my lives on my Instagram. So I have to be really, really careful. But it seems to be very, very strict. Very strict. I'm not sure I'd go again. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's come across as very strict and slightly, because it's a new place that they're doing it at, slightly disorganised. And how many of you have been to, Liz, have you been to the Welsh one, the Woolly Wales? When you go to that and you park up, do they do a free park and ride where you literally park up at a location and you can jump on the bus and go to the event? Because a lot of these places are out in the middle of nowhere, aren't they? And I know that the Bakewell Wool Gathering, you park up at the massive. Me and Phil have been down to Bakewell before. We went there and stayed. Oh, crikey! It was before we bought the house. It's why we're waiting for the house sale to go through. And we disappeared for a weekend with Iona. We went down to Cambridge, or was it Yorkshire or something like that. And we went down there and stayed in this lovely little cottage in this village. It was famous for being. I think it was one of the villages that had got. Was it practically wiped out by the plague or Black Death or something like that? Anyway, we went through to Bakewell, and I know for a fact that she lays on the transport from the large car park that everybody parks at, so you can go into the town. You walk around the town, and you park up there. You get picked up with a mini shuttle, and you get taken up to the event. And it doesn't cost anything. It's all part and parcel of the event. And she did the same thing for the Cumbrian Wool Gathering. You don't pay for it. I don't know, you park in the field at the entrance, but they run a little golf cart type buggy up to the livestock sheds and halts. And I bet it doesn't cost you anything either. Well, this one, and I've mentioned it on Saturday, but yeah, this one, the Perth show, she was late getting sorting out transport. I don't think it even occurred to her about the public transport. And I suppose if you drive a car and you don't rely on public transport, well, you stop knocking your legs. When you don't rely on public transport like the local buses and trains and stuff, it's not too far to walk back. It's slightly uphill. That's free too. To be fair, the show at Bullith Wells is fantastic. Yeah, so like, I noticed the other day there on their website, she's doing tickets for buses, £8, but you're only allowed to stay for 3 hours at a time. Now, I know for a fact that a lot of the women that go to these, and men, that go to these events, to do a day thing of it. They want to spend an entire day there. So you're spending 13 quid for a ticket to get in for entry. It's open from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock. But you're only allowed to stay for 3 hours if you pay £8 for a bus ticket. And you've got allotted time. So literally, you got a 10 o'clock bus and you've got to get the 1:30 bus back with your ticket. If you get the 11 o'clock bus, you've got to get the 2:30 bus back with your ticket. And if you get the 12 o'clock bus, you've got to get the 3:30 bus back. Which I think is a little bit awful, to be fair. I don't think that's fair at all. So like everyone else is spending £13 on their tickets and they're getting to stay there for the full 6 hours, but you're only allowed to spend 3 hours. You should end up with a reduced ticket. That's my thought. But we'll keep that one just to us. We'll keep that thought to ourselves. Because I don't want to turn it around to me in a in a fortnight's time said, I watch your YouTube videos. And I urge you to slate. I'm not slating her. I just think that it's a bit unfair to ask people for £8 for the tickets for the buses and then only get to spend 3 hours there. You need an all day at a wool show, and yes, you should be half price. I would have thought so, but I didn't notice it on the website. So, I mean, I know for me, if that's what it was, it'd put me off. It would definitely put me off. And they do have some sort of, they've got a writer, a knitwear designer, she's doing a talk. And there's a wool mill thing they're doing a talk as well, and something else. But not on the Saturday when everyone's there, but on the Sunday. And I was led to believe that the reason we're only doing Saturday, not a 2-day event this year, is because they couldn't get booked in. And if you couldn't get booked in, then why are you doing an event on the Sunday when no one's going to be there to go? Unless people are staying in the area. I mean, Phil and I will be heading back down the road on the Sunday morning anyway, because we have to. But yeah, I do find it a little bit odd. Yeah. But there's quite a few people I know that are going, which will be good for me, because I like to see all of yous. I like to see yous all. And then when you come and you remind me who you are through your Instagram name, you get a discount, you see. Or a freebie flung in, because Joe's really naughty. Joe's really naughty like that. I'm over generous, that's what it is. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you. And I can't afford to build a pyramid to stick all my wool stock inside it to take with me to the other side. So I don't know how long I'll be doing this business for. So while I'm here, I might as well share it. And that's what I do. Right. So what time are we at? So we've been on here for 45 minutes. Right, just to let you know, because I am away in 2 Saturdays' time, I won't be here. Or a minute, where we are? Yeah, 2 Saturdays, and then I go away the week after. So just a reminder, I won't be back on for a live chat again until the middle of September. So it'll be the first Wednesday after the 7th. So I think it's the 13th. So I'll be back then. But you can find me over on Instagram, and I'll put an announcement up there anyway. Stock wise, as I've already said, rovings will be coming off the website today and tomorrow. So if there's something you want on there, pop over and get it now where you can. All the rest of the stock, like the art bats and the rollags and everything else, they'll all start coming off on Wednesday next week, so I can get them all packed away. Now, just a heads up, if anybody wants a Christmas advent, I've made the manager's decision that all of the Christmas advents will be taken off the website on Sunday the 31st of August. Now, if you want an instalment plan Christmas advent, which I do offer to people, August is always the last month that I offer it. That's your deposit, non-refundable deposit, and then September and October are 2 further payments, and then that's it done out the way. The reason why I'm going to close them down, and even the yarn ones, is because when I come back from Perth on the 8th, on the 8th of September, I've usually got all the stock dyed up for the Christmas advents, but because I'm preparing for this, I just haven't got the time or the space around the room to be able to get started on those. So it's going to be not last minute, it's just delayed by a month, because I've usually got everything all dyed up by now, all the extras ordered in and the wrapping paper and everything else by that point. So I do have some 12 days of Christmas advents left in the 50 gram art bats, and that works out 700 grams in total. That's my most expensive one. It comes with gifts and wrapped up and the days dotted on them as well, and a typed out sheet that I do myself with the ingredients of every day's bat in there. And you get a 100 gram bat on Christmas Day. You have got the 4 Sundays of Advent, which are 4 100 gram art bats. You get a couple of gifts in there, some little bit of extras, and they're all gift wrapped as well. And the 4 days of Sundays Advent in the 100 gram yarns, which are mixed blend. So each one of them have got a merino blended with something, and they're usually done in 4-ply. But that's not to say I can't do you a DK, but you need to let me know. I was going to leave them open till to the end of September, but it's not going to be doable. I need to get the stock ordered and everything done. So I do have some of those left, and I think I've got 4 large advents left as well. So you've got a week and a half to get that order in if you want one this year. So yeah, I think that's all the updates that I can think of for YouTube viewers and watchers and followers, if you don't come over and catch me over on Instagram. So you've literally got the 31st, so it's a week on Sunday, I'll be shutting down the Christmas advents, all 3 options, just so I've got a peace of mind and I know what work I'm coming back to after the Perth show. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining in with me. I really appreciate you coming over and giving me a thumbs up on my chats. Video wise, I think I might release an old Patreon Q&A next Wednesday, because I just don't have the time at the moment. Hiya, Katia. I'm just on my way off, sweetie. Thank you very much for coming in. So, yeah, I just won't have the time next week because I've got a price up. I've got 120 art bats to get priced, and I've got about 80 rovings to get priced. Plus, I've got my spin set, my fibre sets, my rollags and bits and pieces. They all need price, and I just don't have the time to get filming anything. So I hope you're all right with that. Patreon video, I will be doing. I'm not putting options up for you yet. You're probably wondering why is Joe not doing Dye Pot Thursday? I'm going to do a roll leg video, blending video on Sunday, and get that put up there, and we'll dabble in that side just until I come back in September. I think it's probably the best option. So again, thank you very much for joining me, and I will catch you in September. Take care, be good, stay safe. If you can't, blame somebody else. I always do.